everyone, welcome to part 3 of my in-depth review of the new Skitarii Adeptus Mechanicus Codex out today. I am excited. I want this army so bad. The more I read it, the more I'm like, I want to buy you. And today, I'll be covering the fast attack and heavy support choices. All 3 of them combined. And then in the next video, we'll be going over the formations and my final thoughts, of course. So this is where my favorite models lie in the entire codex. I love the look of these models. They're so well done. Anybody who bashes GW, look at this codex. You'll love the models. I love them. And this is my favorite model. The Sindonian Dragoon, people. It's the giant jousting guys. The walker jouster guys, basically. And they're an open-topped walker. There's weapon skill is skill 4, strength 5, front armor 11, rear armor, all 11 around. Front, side, rear, 11. Initiative 3 attacks, 2 hull points. So they're going to be pretty easy to kill. They're also open-topped, so they're going to be pretty easy to kill. But they're fun, and they're for 45 points each. You get a Sindonian Dragoon, and you can include up to 5 more, so a squad of 6 for 45 points per model. So this is going to be expensive to buy. I want an entire army of these guys running across the field having hilarious fun. They can fit in a lot in the fast attack choices, so that's pretty fun. They come with a taser lance. They come with a broad spectrum data tether and a searchlight. So the taser lance is a close range, it's a melee weapon. And it has 2 versions. It is Joust and Taser. I'm just going to pause that for a second. So Joust, a model when making an attack with a weapon with this special rule doubles its initiative characteristic on a turn in which it makes a successful charge. And it's strength plus 3, strength plus 2, melee Joust Taser. Now the reason why they, I don't know why. Strength plus 3, strength plus 2. When making an attack with a weapon that has the special rule to hit rolls of 6 cause 2 additional hits on the target because it's Taser. That makes sense. And I don't know why the difference in strengths. I'm going to look that up right now. Let's stop here and keep talking, of course. But I'm going to stop here for a minute and look up the information. That way we all get the right information at the same time. Now, I think I remember seeing that. Okay. Taser weapons. It was under taser weapons, I'm pretty sure. Taser weapons. Taser lances have 2 profiles for strength. The first is used only on a turn in which a model charges. The second uses it at all times. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So strength plus 3, strength plus 2 means strength plus 3 the turn it charges in. Strength plus 2 there onwards. Makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. That's what I was guessing, but I just wanted to double check before saying it online, of course. And a searchlight makes sense. Is broad spectrum data tether, which all models with friendly faction units with the in the Skitarii faction are 6 inches within 6 inches of at least one model with the broad spectrum data tether are affected by Doctrine Imperative. Add 1 to the leadership characteristics of the profile until the start of the next turn. Makes sense. Not cumulative. So cool stuff. Special rules. They have Crusader, which means they are going to be fast. They get 2d6 to run instead of 1. They have Doctrine Imperatives. They have Dune Strider, which means that they also get 3 inches on top of their normal movement, on top of their running, and on top of their assault distances. And they also have Incense Cloud, which is kind of cool too. It just gives a 5/0 cover save. Regardless, has a 5/0 cover save. It always counts as obscured. Cool stuff. So these guys, you're going to run them at your opponent because they're super fast. And they have Scout. I'm pretty sure because if you take your army, then you get Scout, so you can just run them. They have 9-inch move before the turn, 9 inches, and they are going to be running at your opponent. I think they could probably make an assault. No, they can't assault turn 1 because they scouted. But still, they're pretty fast. As I said, you can include up to 5 additional Sindonian Dragoons for 45 points each. Any model may replace its taser lance with a Radium Giselle. And the Radium Giselle is, I prefer the lances myself, but the Radium Giselles are pretty cool. They're a 30-inch range gun. Strength X. AP 5, Heavy 2, Rad Poisoning, Sniper. So it's a sniper. And any to wound rule of 6 causes 2 wounds on the target, regardless of the toughness. Cool. And any model may take a Phosphorus Serpenta for 10 points each. And these are cool. I think these are a good idea because it gives you some shooting power on top of your close combat powers. But so it's an 18-inch range gun, which is good because you're going to be in close range. You want to be in assault anyway. Strength 5, AP4, Assault 1, Luminagen. Luminagen means that a unit that suffers 1 or more saved wounds counts as a cover saves being 1 point worse than normal until the end of the turn. So, cool. So again, just gives you some firepower before you're shooting in. I love them. So I want an entire army of them, the jouster guys, just running across the field killing stuff. Maybe I should do a Kickstarter. No, I'm kidding, but still, it'd be pretty fun. Up next, we have the heavy support. So the fast attack choices, you basically have one choice, Indonian Dragoons. Heavy support, you have 2 choices. Iron Strider Ballistari. Bad names. Ballistari. Iron Strider Ballistari. For 55 points, you get the heavy support version of the Dragoon. It's weapon skill 3. It's not close combat. It's more firing oriented, right? Ballistic skill 4. Strength 5. Armor 11 around. Initiative 3. 2 attacks, 2 hull points. It's an open-topped walker. It has a twin-linked Cognis autocannon. Now, this is pretty cool. It's an autocannon, so it's strength 7 AP4, 48-inch range. But it's Cognis, and Cognis means when a model makes snapshots, including Overwatch with its weapon, its ballistic skill is counted as being 2 instead of 1. So this is basically the anti-flyer gun in your army. I think you're going to have to include at least a squad of these guys for your to shoot down flyers, essentially. They're the only ones. Other than that, you're relying on the ability to just shoot for 6s. They shoot for 5s. And strength 7 AP4, that should be able to pop some flyers. So these are kind of your flyers guys. And they also have broad spectrum data tether and a searchlight, Special Rules Crusader, Doctrine Terrorist, Dune Strider, and precision shots. They include up to 5 more, once again, for 55 points each. And any model plays twin-linked Cognis autocannon over a twin-linked Cognis las cannon. Now, this is where the fun lies. I think these guys, but it's 20 points each. They're getting pretty expensive, but for 75 points a model, you take these guys and they have Cognis, so that means they're hitting on 5s. So now they're going to be popping flyers like no one's business and shooting down flying monstrous creatures like no one's business because it is a twin-linked las cannon, right? So it's strength 9 AP2. And it's twin-linked, right? So you're hitting on 5s, reroll, it's going to do something. That's like Orky shooting better. You know, that's good. So I think that's good. I like them. They're a solid choice. They're not as cool looking as the jousting guys, but I definitely think they're going to be required in most people's armies if you face any flyers whatsoever. And finally, the other heavy support is the Onager Dune Crawlers. Now these are awesome. They're like the tanks on the legs. You know what I'm talking about? Very steampunky. And an Onager Dune Crawler. It's also a vehicle. It's a walker. It's not open-topped. And it's weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 4, strength 5. It's 12, 12, 11. Initiative 2, 1 attack, 3 hull points. So it's going to be harder to kill. It's war gear, and it has an Eradication Beamer. Now, an Eradication Beamer is a really cool gun. Basically, it has 3 different profiles. And it depends on the range of the gun you want to fire at. So if it's fire between 0 and 9 inches, it is a strength 10, AP1, heavy 1 shot. So from close range, it is just, I'm going to blow you up from close range. Cool. Anti-vehicle, awesome. Between 9 and 18 inches, it's a strength 8, AP3, heavy 1 blast. And between 18 and 36 inches, it's a strength 6, AP5, heavy 1 large blast. So again, it depends on what you want to use it as, but this thing is a lot of versatility, I found. So this is a really cool, versatile weapon. Like the other guys, you can maneuver them and change their abilities based on what turn. This one, you can do the same thing. So if you have a horde of guys that you want to just blow up from a distance, stay at a distance, and drop a pie plate of doom on their heads. If you have a vehicle right in front of you that you want to destroy, it is a strength 10, AP1, heavy 1 shot. So providing you hit, strength 10 AP1, the odds are you're going to pen and like 1/3 chance you're going to blow up whatever you want. So yeah. And then a strength 8 heavy 3, strength 8 AP3, heavy 1 blast, killing Space Marines between 9 and 18 inches away. You can include up to 2 additional Onager Dune Crawlers for 90 points each. Any model may replace this Eradication Beamer. Oh, sorry, I should probably go with the rest of the stuff it has as well. It also has a broad spectrum data tether, Emanatus Force Field, which gives a 6-up invulnerable save. House Sisters of Battle, and a Searchlight. Special rules, Doctrine, Imperatives, Crawler. And Crawler's kind of cool too. It's just never slowed down by difficult terrain and automatically passes dangerous terrain test but cannot run. It has Field Harmonics, which it adds 1 to any invulnerable saving throw it makes for its Emanatus Force Field for each other model in the same squadron within 4 inches. So if you put 2 other guys beside each other in like a triangle formation, they each get a 4-up invulnerable save. Not bad at all. It keeps them alive. It'll really prevent your opponent from shooting them. You can replace this Eradication Beamer with a Twin-Linked Heavy Phosphor Blaster for 15 points. And that is Twin-Linked Heavy Phosphor Blaster, which is 36 inch range, Strength 6, AP 3, Heavy 3, Luminagen. Once again, cover saves decreased by 1. Personally, I prefer the Eradication Beamer. You can also replace it with a Neutron Laser and Cognis Heavy Stubber. Cognis Heavy Stubber means, of course, a heavy stubber that snapshots at 5s to hit rather than 6s. And Neutron Laser is 48 inch range, Strength 10, AP 1, Heavy 1, Blast, Concussive. That's pretty nasty. So Concussive, Heavy 1, and Strength 10, AP 1, Blast. You can pick off Terminators. That's pretty sweet. Or an Icarus Array for 35 points. An Icarus Array consists of a twin Icarus autocannon and the built-in Gatling rocket launcher. So the missile launcher is Strength 7, AP 2, Heavy 1, Skyfire, 48 inch range. The Gatling rocket launcher is 48 inch range, Strength 6, AP 4, Heavy 5, ignores cover, Skyfire. And the twin Icarus autocannon is, of course, 48 inch range, Strength 7, AP 4, Heavy 2, Interceptor, Skyfire, twin-linked. So Skyfire. This is your Skyfire as well. So this and your other one both have the Skyfire options. So this is a pretty nasty Skyfire option as well. So both of them are pretty awesome. So that concludes the heavy support. So the fast attacks. I love the Dragoons, the heavy support. You might want to take a Ballistary, Ballistary, or you might want to take some Dune Crawlers. Both of them are pretty cool. Both of them are their options. Both of them are really good anti-Skyfire. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do. So that concludes this episode of my in-depth review of the new Skitarii Codex out today, Adeptus Mechanicus. Awesome. I love the models. I love the rules. I think it's a pretty decent dex. I don't know how they're going to run on their own, but I think they have some options. It's going to be fun. I'd love to see just an army of Dragoons running around the table. So leave a comment in the comment section down below of what you think about this codex so far. What do you think about the information? Anything I missed out? Anything you agree with me, disagree with me? Comment, people. Yes. So thank you very much for watching as always. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting.